Hello and welcome to an updated guide for the Cayo Perico Heist. This is the fastest method as of 2023 and borrows heavily from the speedrun, with minor changes to maximize profits over speed. The first thing we have to set up before we jump into the game is the job warps. What is a job warp, you may ask? A job warp is where you set a job start location, this is the marker that spawns on the map, to a desirable location, for instance the drop off for Longfin. And with some button mashing, the game will teleport you to this marker along with any spawned personal vehicles. Unfortunately, job warps are only really feasible for PC players, but it does work on console, it's just not as easy and can be a bit finicky. If you go down to the description, you will find a link to a Google Doc with the links to all the jobs you'll need to get started. These jobs are only available for PC players, so if you're on console, you either have to make your own jobs or find some made by other users. Once you're on the Google Doc, just go through each link and bookmark the job. Just a quick heads up, there is a limited number of bookmarked jobs that will appear on the map. This number is 27 and it is the first 27 in alphabetical order. It is important that all jobs are on the map so you don't have to scroll through the jobs menu. Now that you have got all the jobs, let me show you how to actually job warp on PC. The first step is to go into the map via the pause menu, then move over to the job you want to teleport to, hit space to select the job, then hit enter to confirm the selection, then spam right click and enter until you see a black flash. This black flash is the confirmation screen to leave the job. If you did this successfully, the camera will pulse like when you switch characters, but not move from its position. The screen may go black for a second or two, but then you will end up at the desired location. There's just one more thing you need to know before getting started. Go into your phone, go left one to the quick job application, open it, scroll up one, select random, bring the phone back up, go into the quick job app once again, then back out of the phone. This trick ensures that all bookmarked jobs appear on the map once you start the setup. I'll refer to this as the quick join strat. Side note, there is an optional strategy that I would recommend if you're playing off a hard drive instead of an SSD. The strat involves putting 3 dinghies in a specific location and blowing them up, to deny the spawn of the Merryweather weapons mission. If you're playing off an SSD, the recommended strat is just set your spawn location to the Gasaka and just find a new session until you get the mission that requires you to fly to one of the skyscrapers. These skyscrapers are 707 Vespucci, the Penrith Building, Schlongberg Sachs Center. There are only 2 vehicles that you need, the Phantom Wedge and the Sparrow in the Gasaka. The Sparrow can be substituted for a Predator Mark II if you want. I personally despise the MK2's existence, so I don't have one, but it would make this a little bit faster. Okay, let's get into the guide. Go ahead and spawn your Gasaka, then go over to the Gasaka interior job on your map and teleport to it. Once inside, teleport the sub to the Vespucci Beach location. Then execute the quick join strat, then start the gather intel mission. Once started, open the map and teleport to the location of the plane, which will be marked with a yellow dot. When you're there, just run to the plane. Don't bother shooting anyone. If you need to, spam snacks. Then just fly the yellow dot like normal. Now that we're on the island, you're going to want to turn around and run into the hangar. Make sure to switch to first person as you run faster while in the hangar. Check both secondary loot spawns. You're looking for 2 coke. If you don't get 2 coke, don't worry, there is a 3rd loot spawn location at the airstrip. Just run out of the hangar, go left towards the shed in the house, turn the corner and there'll be a barn with a loot spawn location. Check there if there is no coke there still. There is one more place we will check, but not right now. Exit the barn, climb the wall to the left, and run past the power station to a dirt bike which will be adjacent to a solar farm. Get in the bike and follow the route I take. When you reach the communications tower, if you see a guard on the map at the base of the tower, that means the box we need to hack is on the tower. If there is no guard present, the box is at one of the 2 locations at the base of the tower. The hacking minigame is quite easy. It's just simple multiplication and addition. There are 3 symbols. The square with the line through it is ×1, or just the number you put into it. The horizontal line with 2 diagonal lines through it is ×2, and the X or cross is ×10. Just use quick maths to solve the puzzle. You can skip the animation for closing the door to the box by bringing up the interaction menu, then closing it. Bring up the phone and scroll to the bottom right to the CCTV feed, and check what is in the vault. After that, check the office cams 1 and 2 and the west storage cams 1 and 2. This is the other place I mentioned earlier. If there is gold in the west storage, that's good, especially if you only got 1 coke. I will show you how to get this gold solo, but be warned, Rockstar are actively patching methods for solo gold. They actually patched the original method I was going to show here, but there is a new method that is a little bit harder but still fairly easy that I will show you in the heist finale. Now that we have scoped out everything we need to, we can just jump off the tower to kill yourself, which will spawn you back at the airstrip, and we will probably turn around and leave. Once back in Los Santos, spawn your phantom wedge and teleport back to your sub. Do the quick join strat and start the Longfin approach vehicle setup. Switch to first person before teleporting to the Longfin. This will spawn the phantom wedge slightly closer to you. If you do not have a phantom wedge, you will need to get one of the trucks that spawn with the setup. Once at the Longfin, just back it up to attach the trailer, hop out and die. No, seriously. Once you're dead, you will lose your wanted level, allowing you to teleport to the end location for the setup. Do not do this if you're not using your own phantom wedge. If you're using a truck spawned by the setup, you will have to drive to the end location, then get out and die to deliver the Longfin. But if you're using the phantom wedge, just smash through the fence behind the green bin, get to the drop off. Once the setup pass screen comes up, teleport back to the sub, do the quick join strat and start the plasma cutter or safe code setup. This will depend on the primary loot target in the vault. If you are doing the safe code setup, teleport to the casino interior job. No, you can only do this if you own a casino penthouse. If you do not own a penthouse, the warp will not work properly. Once inside the casino, find the door with the 2 guards up front, kill them, and then make your way inside. Once inside, find the guy in the grey suit and hat, kill him, take the codes, and teleport back to the sub. If you're doing the plasma cutter setup, do the quick join strat, teleport to the safe house, and take a picture of the planning board. Make sure not to zoom out of the whole board and frame. Once you have the photo to Pavel, leave the safe house and teleport to the cutter location. There are 3 strats you can use here. If you have an Oppressor Mark II with missiles, you can fly through and take the cutter, blowing up everything in front of you. The second strat is to use the phantom wedge to plow through the guys. This doesn't work well at the Del Perro location, but the Rockford Hills locations work fine. The third strat is to use an explosive weapon like an RPG or something like that to blow up everything and take the cutter. Spawn the Sparrow and fly back to Sagasaka. Note, you cannot teleport back to the sub while carrying heist prep equipment except for the safe codes, as this mission does not require you to go back to the sub to complete the mission, while other preps, like the plasma cutter mission, do require you to fly back to the sub to complete the setup. Once back in the sub, do the quick join strat and start the fingerprint cloner setup. Teleport to the warehouse location, go inside, kill the guys, do the hack, leave the warehouse, teleport to the archive location, spawn in Sparrow or your Mark II, shoot the 2 cameras. This prevents enemies from spawning once you leave the archive location. Now go inside the archive, switch to first person to run a little bit faster, run to the last set of desks on the left and collect the cloner. Leave the archive and fly back to the sub. Now it's time to do the cutting torch setup. There is no need for the quick join strat, as it's just faster to fly to the construction site. Once you arrive at the construction site, just run through checking each toolbox and shooting any guards in your way. Feel free to apply armor before going onto the site. Once you have found the cutting torch, go back to your Sparrow MK2 and fly back to your sub. Again, there is no need to do the quick join strat here for the weapon setup, just start the job. If you get the Merryweather mission, set your spawn to the Kasaka and find a new session, then start the job again. Repeat this until you get the mission that is not the Merryweather one. Once you get a good mission, fly to the tower and make sure to land on the roof. Go inside, shoot the guys and do the hack. The trick to get the hack fast is to look for double numbers like 11, 22 or 33, as well as numbers that end in 0 like 10, 20 or 30. This is because those numbers jump out at your eye. If none of these numbers appear in the IP you need, just scan around until you find the IP. Once the hack is complete, get the weapons and get out of there, making sure you exit to the roof if that's where you landed, fly back to the sub, and now you're ready to start the heist finale. Follow the selections I make here. Approach vehicle Longfin, infiltration main dock, compound entry point drainage tunnel, Escape point airstrip, this one isn't too important. Time of day, and be sure to equip suppressors. Now, start the heist. Once you spawn in, make a beeline left to the airstrip. Only do this if you have coke over there. Park where I do, you will have to slow down to make sure you don't beach and destroy the boat. Once on land, collect the coke. If you have 1 gold in the west storage, be sure to only fill your bag 33% of the way up with coke. This is what the stack should look like when your bag is 33% full. Just go slow to be sure you don't overfill your bag. Once you have collected all the coke you need, run back to the boat and head towards the drainage tunnel and cut your way through and get inside the compound. This is the fastest method for cutting the grate. You can get your controller here as it's a little easier to control. Once inside the compound, you will have to follow one of 2 routes. Follow this route if you do not have gold in the west storage.
Are you in? You did not get sucked into a turbine. I knew you'd be fine. How likely is it I have 2 operations in the same way, huh? Now, we look for the vault. Maybe start in the central building.
Acaba de irse. Hace nada estaba preguntando por usted.
You're in the area where Mr. Rubio's personal bodyguards operated. These men will know every soldier under their command. No disguise will fool them. Always worth looking in the safe. Okay, the fingerprint scanner. Time to break out the tool we borrowed from the head of cybersecurity. Remember, it picks up fragments of previous scans. You just have to cycle through them to match the target print. You have done it. Excellent. Now get into the elevator. Next, the vault. Good. We made it again.
Once you've secured the primary target, make your way to the main exit. Follow this route if you have gold in the west storage.
Are you in? You did not get sucked into a turbine. I knew you'd be fine. How likely is it I have 2 operations in the same way, huh? Now, we look for the vault. Maybe start in the central building. Be careful in this area. Mr. Rubio's personal bodyguards, they know their soldiers and they will know you are not one of them, no matter what uniform you are wearing. Capitan, there is no way to open double keycard system by yourself. We have logged its location. You will have to come back with a crew.
¿Dónde está Johan? Tenía que entregarme las llaves. Acaba de irse. Hace nada estaba preguntando por usted.
This is the method I use to get gold solo. Once you leave the office, switch to first person and jump over this railing. Ensure that you have first person ragdoll enabled in the camera settings, as this is necessary for the glitch to work. After landing, do not sprint, this will break the glitch. Come to this spot, face the wall, bring up the phone and open the camera. While the camera is loading, hold down W and D. Once the camera loads, immediately close it and spam spacebar while still holding W and D. You should now end up inside the west storage, able to collect gold.
Has a fingerprint scan here too? Alright, we follow the usual plan. Cycle through the partial prints to match the target print. Then the tool will do the rest. Did it work? We must be close now. You remember the combination, yes?
Once you've secured the primary target, make your way to the main exit.
So, the bonds are there. Well, you would have thought Mr. Rubio would learn not to trust his safe, huh? Bad news. They have sealed the drainage pipe. You will need to look for another way out of there.
Once outside the compound, run past the trees until you see a man on a bike on the left. Kill him, take the bike and turn around and go towards the helicopter, then follow the route I take.
The coordinates for your extraction point at the airstrip should be with you now. They have their attack boats mobilized along the coast.
Swim towards those 3 mines. And there you go, the Cayo Perico heist done in usually about 8 to 10 minutes, easily securing the elite challenge. Thanks for watching, I hope this helped you. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.
Crossfire.